Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on your Atma Karaka or soul significator planets placement in the Pushya Nakshatra. Because at the time of the recording of this video, Moon is transiting in the Pushya Nakshatra only. So I asked for the blessings and I prayed to the presiding Lord, which is God Brihaspati, Devta Brihaspati, that give me and grant me the knowledge to talk about this particular placement of your Atma Karaka planet. So friends, to begin with, like the way you know this thing, that this is not a regular playlist where we talk about all the worldly things like the prospects or the direction of your career, regarding the marriage, any of the relationship perspective or fame. Here we are only focusing towards your spiritual progress in this lifetime. Now, if you want to understand whether you are a spiritually aware person or not, so the definition of a spiritually aware person or a spiritual person is someone who is completely aware of his energy centers, someone who is aware of his consciousness, and someone who attach himself or herself with his soul. I mean to say, when you make your consciousness reach to such an extent where you will have this realization that this body, this physical body is for you. It is not yours. It has been granted to you for a particular time span in order to get rid of the karma which you need to perform in this lifetime, for your soul to learn the lesson in this lifetime, and afterwards this body has been taken away from you. So now friends, like even if you want to understand it from our spiritual perspective, so even in our Vedic scriptures it has been described in a way, because exact translation from Hindi or Sanskrit to English sometimes becomes difficult. So for example, the word which has been given in our scriptures for a seeker, so this could be translated in English as someone who is curious, or the Hindi word could be jigyasu. But when we talk about someone who is curious only for the spiritual path, for the spiritual progress, so the word for that in our Vedic scriptures is mumukshu. And even this definition of moksha, which is about being aware and being in the present, connected and completely attuned to your soul. So it has been described that there could be 4 forms of moksha. So like in these 4 categories, I'm not including the Kaivalya moksha, so which is a state which only the elevated and enlightened beings only can reach. But someone like you and me, like the worldly people like us, so even the moksha has been described in 4 ways, 4 categories of it. So first category is Sayujya moksha. So when you start getting this longing for your union with the divine, that in itself is a purity or a state of Sayujya moksha. Now this union with divinity could happen basis your religion as well. This could be for Jesus Christ, this could be for Allah, this could be for Guru, this could be for Shiva, this could be for Krishna. So that is the first category. The second category is of a Samipya moksha. So this is a state when you want to be close to your Ishta Devta, to the divinity. The third category is the Sarupya moksha. So it has been described in a way like the way the state of devotion of Tulsidas, of Mirabai, when you become so much engaged and so much devoted to your deity, to the gods, that you even start resembling and reflecting the qualities of your chosen deity. Like the way it has been described for Neem Karoli Babaji, who was a staunch devotee of Lord Hanuman, and their followers see Neem Karoli Baba as the incarnation of Lord Hanuman only. And the last category is of a state which we all have to crave for. So that is the Salukya moksha. So that is the category when your whole surrounding, your environment start reflecting and exuding the bliss and grace and the qualities of the residing place of your chosen deity or of your Ishta Devta. So that is something friends, these concepts are very important for you to know, to understand, if you want to actually tread on the path of spirituality, and if you actually want to extract the best out of this playlist. And friends, the only thing which I say and I always emphasize on this concept of karma is that the moment you will reach that state, where all of your actions, all of your deeds are completely surrendered to the God. You start seeing yourself only as a medium, when you will not have even 0.0001 association with your actions, with your deeds. So trust me, you will have this capacity to get out of the entanglement of the karma. And I always recommend this thing, that you should always have this state in the at least once in a day. Like if you actually want to understand your spiritual progress in this lifetime, so like the way if we have to comprehend or measure any distance, like whether in the form of you have to measure your distance or comprehend your current state in the path of spirituality, or even in the regular terms. Now if I want to say that, okay, I want to meet you at this particular place, so in order to tell my or comprehend or measure my distance, there has to be a place A or point 0 to measure that particular distance. So same way friends, when we talk about the spirituality or any of the spiritual progress, it is very important for you to once in a day make yourself come to that point 0 state, where you do not have any association with any of the karma, you do not see yourself as very knowledgeable or ignorant or a sinner or a blessed person, but coming to that point 0 state and completely deprived of any of the association of your actions, and then seeing where do you stand and where your spiritual practices stand, and then focusing and tuning yourself, concentrating yourself on the divine or your Ish Devta could be seen as the best approach to purify your actions on daily basis. So these are the few things friends as a supporting which I wanted to share it with you. These are the things which I acquired from my father, from my parents, from the gurus and all the satsang which I have heard throughout my life. So now coming to our today's discussion. So friends, if you actually want to understand about having your Atma Karaka Nakshatra, so it is a very important concept, because like the way I was watching this video by Sanjay Rath sir, and he explained this thing in a very beautiful and in a very insightful way, that Atma Karaka is a planet which has got the highest degree in your chart, excluding Rahu, Ketu and the outer planets. So this can be looked at in a way that the planet is not carrying the highest degree, but it is carrying the highest baggage of karma which needs to be faced in this lifetime. So now friends, what is going to happen is that when we talk about the nakshatra placement, it becomes very important, because nakshatra just gives the functioning ground or the base to any particular planet. So for example, when we talk about all those people who were able to reach that spiritual state or high transcendental elevated spiritual state, they were only able to reach that state because they got the proper functioning, proper conducive environment at the same time. So for example, if we take up the spiritual cases of holy saints like Swami Vivekananda, so I mean to say, imagine if Swami Vivekananda would have been put forth in a completely different environment, where there could have been responsibilities of family, of wife, of duties to government, to army, to military. So I mean to say, he would not have been able to fulfill his sole purpose in this lifetime. So what I'm trying to say over here is that when you try to understand your Atma Karaka planet's nature and its nakshatra placement, it actually gives you this information for your soul and spiritual progress in this lifetime. What is the kind of grounds, what is the kind of base which you will get. Now friends, coming to this Pushya Nakshatra. So friends, this Pushya Nakshatra, trust me, could be seen as one of the very blessed placement for your Atma Karaka planet to be placed in. Pushya, which in itself means nourishment, which in itself means care. Even the symbol attached to the Pushya Nakshatra is of cow's udder. Another symbol is of a flower, so which in itself tells about blossoming to your maximum potential. This nakshatra completely resides in the Cancer sign from 3 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes, and trust me, even within the range of this nakshatra only, the planet of auspiciousness, fortune and prosperity, Jupiter, attains its maximum exaltation. So because of all of this functioning which is happening over here, this nakshatra can be seen as a very good placement for your Atma Karaka nakshatra to be placed in. Now friends, if you actually want to understand the basic and the divine potential of any nakshatra, so you have to first understand its primary motivation. So the primary motivation of this nakshatra is of dharma. So dharma, it means you always have to associate yourself with strong ethics, with strong good deeds, capacity to follow the religious spiritual path. You always have to respect and honor people of spiritual authority, of a highly elevated spiritual and religious state. Because friends, now what is going to happen is that not only in the functioning of this nakshatra, you can fairly see that this nakshatra has got the nourishment potential to a very high state, because of this nakshatra is completely residing in the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is all about nourishment, ruled by moon. And this nakshatra is being ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about discipline, which is all about ethics. But now what is going to happen is that when we talk about understanding the Saturn's nature in its true essence, so there couldn't be any other more humanitarian and benevolent planet than Saturn, which is actually concerned about the well-being of not only yours, but even all those people who are in your vicinity, in your society, in your community. And the god which preside over this nakshatra is the Brihaspati, or the priest or the preceptor of the gods. So because of which there is lot of potential of accumulation of knowledge, following the righteous path, support of the fortune, and capacity to nourish whichsoever planet is going to be placed in this Pushya nakshatra. So friends, I will now give you a small idea about how planets are going to function in this nakshatra. So let's say, for example, if you have Jupiter present over in this Pushya nakshatra, Jupiter being your your Atma Karaka planet, it's present in this Pushya nakshatra. So there couldn't be any better placement for your Atma Karaka nakshatra to be placed in. So that in itself gives us this idea that you will definitely get proper environment, proper conducive favorable environment, support and guidance of the mentors, all the teachers, all the advisors who are definitely going to encourage you, who are definitely going to motivate you to be on your spiritual path, to be on the path of dharma. When we talk about a planet like Saturn, so even for the Saturn, this could be seen as in a way that there could be little bit of the pressure, there could be little bit of the testing times in the life which will come, which is definitely going to test you, your patience and your credibility in this path of your sole purpose in this lifetime. When we talk about planet like Mercury, so Mercury is definitely going to give you strong discriminatory intelligence. It is actually going to impart all the wisdom which can be found in the holy scriptures, in the books, in order to remain and stay motivated in your path in this lifetime. Now the only concern here is that, friends, when we talk about Mercury, the placement in the Cancer sign can be seen as its enemy placement. So there is definitely going to be lot of temptation, there is definitely going to be lot of distraction in the form of indulgent aspect of the life, where you have to control yourself. Friends, when we talk about a planet like Sun, so now the only concern and the only battle which you have to fight is going to be fighting with your ego, that your ego should not come in the form of offering unconditional love and nourishment to the world. If you want to understand it from the moon's perspective, so if your moon is your Atma Karaka and its placement in the Pushya nakshatra can be seen as a very good sign in order to offer your love unconditionally to the world. And friends, when we talk about the Venus, so Venus's placement in the Cancer sign, or in the Venus being your Atma Karaka planet, its placement in the Pushya nakshatra is only going to create temptations which you have to fight with the energies of your ruling planet of this Pushya, which is Saturn. So try to not get distracted with the indulgences which the influence of Venus it might create in your life or in your spiritual path in this lifetime. And friends, like the way I was telling it to you, that even from the mythological tales and stories, we get a lot of idea about the intricate details of the functioning of that particular nakshatra. So there has been this description in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it has been described that what happened once, the gods has always this upper edge over their arch rival demons, because they have this good priest which is always with them. This priest like Brihaspati, which has been appointed by Lord Shiva as the priest to all the gods, so who is always giving right advices, right counsels to the gods, and at the same time who is also doing all the purificationary or the fire rituals on the behalf of gods to empower them. Like, if you must be knowing about this thing, that Brihaspati, the preceptor or the priest of the gods, was the son of the Angiras. So Angiras, which was born by the fire of the coals. So it means Brihaspati was in itself adept in all the fire rituals, and all the ritualistic measures done by Brihaspati used to empower gods. But what happened once Indra, the king of the gods, was so engrossed in his assembly, like high on that divine intoxicating drink of Soma, and watching the dance of all the celestial dancers in his court, that the priest of the gods, Brihaspati, he entered his court. And Indra was so engrossed in all of that ambient and environment that he did not pay respect to his guru, to his teacher who has entered the assembly. So because of which Brihaspati, he got offended and he left the assembly, and after that he went invisible, so that, or he will not be in this state to give guidance to the gods in the state of any trouble, in the state of any need. So friends, the moment demons got the hint that their preceptor or their advisor is not there to support the gods, they actually invaded the heaven, and Indra and the gods were almost sent out of the heaven. So with this story, all what we get to know about the functioning of this Pushya Nakshatra is that you have to remain respectful towards all those people who hold some kind of spiritual knowledge or religious authority in your life or all around you. So friends, at the end, like the way I was telling it to you, that with your Atma Karaka Nakshatra's placement in the Pushya Nakshatra, somehow it is going to keep you in the grip of the religious austerities only, in the path of religious austerities only, where any of the pilgrimage, any of the charities, any of the recitation of the holy scriptures, any of the prayers, meditation, and any of the gestures showcased by you towards your religion, towards your chosen and your favorite god and deity can actually help you on your this path of your soul and spiritual progress in this lifetime. The primary motivation of this nakshatra is of dharma, of righteousness, and even the gana of this nakshatra is of Dev Gana or of the divine class. So where there is lot of significance which has been attached with all the high qualities of compassion, of love, forgiving someone, and not holding any sort of resentment. So friends, at the end, I want to summarize this video on this note, that had your Atma Karaka planet being placed in some other nakshatra, so without even seeking refuge in religion, you still would have been able to elevate your consciousness, or you might have been able to fulfill your path in this lifetime, your goals in this lifetime. But when we talk about Pushya Nakshatra, just because of the involvement of Brihaspati over here, just because of the involvement of Saturn over here, so there is lot of attention and emphasis which goes to the discipline and towards the religious austerities. So in your case, following the path of dharma, following the path of your religion, your religious austerities, being regular with your prayers, and somehow from your religion only, the path of your liberation, the path of your spiritual progress is definitely going to be connected. And at the end, friends, whether it's the Hinduism, whether it's Christianity or any other religion, at the end, and summarizing the nectar, the essence of all the religions is that they all have seen the absolute reality in one form only, which is love. So this is the kind of qualities and traits which you have to inculcate in order to have your spiritual progress and soul elevation in this lifetime. So if Sun is your Atma Karaka planet placed in this Pushya Nakshatra, so make use of your authority to shower love to the world. If your Atma Karaka planet is Jupiter, so actually offer and shower all the love towards all the spiritual teachers which you have. We all have seen that kind of relationship of the disciple and the teacher. Like I was reading this book of Living with the Himalaya Yogis, Autobiography of a Yogi. So the author has only displayed his love towards his guru. So that kind of love is required if your Atma Karaka planet is going to be placed in this Pushya Nakshatra. So this is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for your Atma Karaka's placement in the Pushya Nakshatra. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.